We're joined once again by immigration expert Andy Semachuk. Today we're going to be talking about border security between the US and Canada. Andy, what do you think of the current discussions going on between the US and Canadian governments on border security?
Well, I welcome them. I think it's something that's needed. Anybody who's traveled to Europe and seen how they handle security within the European Union knows that it's an excellent system, and it's a sort of a one-stop place where they check you out and check your immigration papers. But once you're in, you can travel freely in between the countries. Hopefully something like that will happen here in North America. Anybody who knows or has applied for a business or visitor's visa to Canada or the United States will know that the criteria are virtually the same, and that's essentially where the security issues are going to be joined between the two countries if there's an agreement that's reached.
Are there any special areas that need to be covered in these discussions?
Well, I think there are some areas that hopefully they will cover. One is the problem of some Canadians who are permanent residents, but from countries that are neither from the common market or from the Commonwealth, where they require a special visa in order to enter the United States, unlike the same people in the United States who have permanent residents coming to Canada. In other words, once a permanent resident in Canada, they should be allowed to come into the U.S. just as we treat permanent residents in the United States coming up to Canada. They should be treated equally. Other areas are cross-border couples where there's a third degree sometimes encountered at the border, given a Canadian who's married an American and who's trying to come up or go down south. That should be eliminated in the discussions. And finally, well, there's the area of criminal law. Sometimes a person in Canada commits an offense and then gets a pardon, but nonetheless has to address the issue of an offense that took place, say, 20 years ago and for which he's been pardoned, again, with U.S. immigration. That should be discussed with the United States, and also that's an area that really should be eliminated in the discussions.
What about criminal matters? How do we protect ourselves in that regard?
Well, I see the situation as being, we have to protect people, protect our countries from foreigners who are coming in with criminal records. That's the number one priority as a security matter. But with respect to internal security within the United States and Canada, they pretty much have in the United States whatever records that we have on in terms of criminal records, and we pretty much have whatever the United States has already. So it's a matter of just working with what we have and cleaning up these areas, such as where people have pardons, but loosening up the internal traffic flow, north-south.
So what is the core message that you are trying to get across?
Well, I guess the core message is tighten up the security around the perimeter for both countries, do it once and do it properly, but increase and let the flow of goods and services go back and forth, north-south, with easier access both ways.
All right, thanks, Andy. We'll talk to you again soon. Everyone else, please be sure to visit pacelawfirm.com for more information.